We can add another test for dashboard. So right under your package, you can add multiple tests under your package. And as you are creating a class, if you watch at the right side of your of your screen, you will see a package is created. So you have package Facebook, then you have your public class created. So let's start with login. So as seen on the screen, but uh, so hold on, guys. So we need to configure our Chrome driver now. So the first line of code we write is public public static void main open brackets string then strings args. So public static void main string args. So let me drop it for us on the chat. So you can copy and paste that. As if shown this way. So have you written that?
Yes.
So then let's type in this. So we type system dot properties, system dot set property. So add this to the next line.
System.
But then where do we get that user mark against so?
Which one?
That's after that what driver that's going to drive.
This one.
Yes, where do we get it?
So you are calling this. So you are calling this. You are typing system dot set property. So this user mark you are copying from your um from your Chrome driver directory, which is this lib folder here. So the same way you go to properties, then copy the file directory. So you are typing system.set property, open bracket, WebDriver, Chrome, WebDriver.chrome dot driver. Then double hyphen, then copy and paste the path.
I won't get the part.
I just showed you now.
No, you said I should type it.
Hmm.
I type it.
Come here. I click on this guy, property,
Okay.
then double click and Control C.
We will type it. Is it the location?
and just drag your uh,
Apply.
command Control C, then apply and close. Paste in there.
I should cancel this one.
Look look what you're typing. So you're doing system.setProperty, open bracket, double hyphen, inside the double hyphen, double double quotation mark,
Okay.
type web.chrome.driver, comma, another double quotation mark, then paste in your part in there. No.
I should cancel. Is it like this?
Control Z. Control Z.
Mr. David is it
So start writing. Let me write what
So,
please.
but yeah, done. So set property.
like?
So at the end of your code, you add exclamation mark to close it. You have to pay attention. Capital P. Capital X.
Is Facebook negative, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So system dot set property, open bracket, webdriver, webdriver.com driver.
Write down. Delete this one.
What is so after getting after the Facebook you should run, right?
Yeah. You're working on you're working on signing, login.
Or it's not ready.
Yeah. So your code looks fine. Then the next line we need to do, we've already set system.so, so we need to install the Chrome driver into our tests. So do WebDriver, capital W, WebDriver space driver equals to new Chrome driver, then open bracket, close brackets.
Mr. David, am I doing it in the right place?
I told you guys to watch how to how to use Java language. So these are JavaScript. So you have to pay attention when you are writing your JavaScript. So you have to add an exclamation mark at the end of the script here. Then click enter and add your curly braces, close curly braces.
I want to happen with the
Copy and
I should copy it.
yeah.
Is there any solution to my issue? My issue is getting
I should copy and
and I lost helpless. I have lost the I'm helpless. This your you should listen. This one my language. My own is no easy, but don't do everything. I don't do YouTube. I don't do YouTube. I don't know. I don't do YouTube. Find solution. What's the solution for YouTube? Wow. Each laptop is nice. It's in the press me. Listen, watch, do, do YouTube, watch it. I don't download it. What if I say that? Send it to you. Then flash. 2 hours from the browser. When flash, we can copy. Yeah, I need Wi-Fi. I have a lot of issue with that.
So what does that do?
Office staff.
It's too much. It's not copying. It's too much. Flash. Ask anyone. Send it to you. You follow that thing, but you understand it. You know how to accept that. So you should
Copy the line. Copy everything. Send.
No, I should just
Paste. Oh, yeah. So I don't know how to fix that too. Prove my pay grade. So guys, so I just drop all the code on the chat group, so we can just all copy and paste. So when we copy and paste, it will show us some things on the screen. So if you hover on WebDriver, it will bring out a dialog box saying import WebDriver, change to remote WebDriver. So all you just need to do, wherever you have WebDriver, over on it and click import WebDriver. So once you import WebDriver, if you check at the top of your screen under the package Facebook test, you will see WebDriver has been imported inside your project folder. What? Copy and paste. It's not copying. It's not copying. Go to WhatsApp, just highlight what you want to copy and Control C, then paste it on your Eclipse.
Can I copy small? Okay. Mr. Baby, should I delete this one and now paste it?
Yes, you can delete it. Delete the old one and paste. Delete the old one and paste. Just clear it and just paste. So as you can see, if you watch all the line of code, so the first one is a public static void mail, so which is to tell you you're writing a JavaScript. Then the second line says system.set property. So this is just enabling you to set to this is just enabling you to call your Chrome driver. It's supporting Eclipse, to or automatically launch your Chrome driver, remotely, so it can execute your test. Then the next line is web driver is equal to new Chrome driver. So this is just saying that for every trigger you make. So this line is telling Chrome driver to automatically launch a new Chrome driver, to execute your driver.get URL, which is facebook.com. Then the next line says we don't need the next line, which is maximize your
Did
browser.
you need it right?
Yeah, so you can just leave it. So the next line says it's just the next line says to check actual URL is being displayed. So system.out.println driver.get title is to verify that, okay, the driver.get initiated to the URL is same thing as what you executed while launching your URL. Then the interesting part is the part whereby we start looking for our element locator by searching for element by ID, either expert, name, and class. Excuse me. Hello? Hello? So, sorry. So, driver.find element by ID, then send key. That means type in this value, which is the email address. Then the next line said driver.find element by ID. Let me go to the slide so you have better understanding of what I'm talking about. So why starting a new project? So we've already passing this data on our Eclipse. So I've seen here creating an instance of the driver to launch browser, which is web driver browser is equal to new Chrome driver. Then the next line says to open Facebook login page, browser.get https www.facebook.com. Then to maximize the web browser, we can use browser.manage open bracket close bracket dot windows to minimize. Then to check the actual URL, like I explained earlier, you have to write in this code system.output.println browser.get title. then to input our email address on the email address field. So if you go to facebook.com, the application interface, so this is the page we are automating, which is the login page. And we are checking for valid login and invalid login. So this field here, this email field here, is there's an element in it. This password field is an element. This login button is an element. So to make our work easier for us, we want to tell Selenium to get this field and type in this email address automatedly. So we need to inspect this field. And while inspecting, you come on the area you want to inspect. Like I'm inspecting this username field. I'll right click on the username field, come to inspect, and remember I mentioned we have different type of element locator. We have the class, we have the ID, we have the name, and we have the expert. So as you can see here, so the ID present here is email, and the class present here is input text underscore 55R1 underscore 6LUY. And we also have another element locator, which is the type. So the type says just text only. As you can see expert, you can see CSS, you can see link text, which was the one I mentioned earlier, tag name, which is name, then class, name, and ID locator. But on our script, we are working with ID. So it's advisable to always use ID while finding element locator. And sometimes if ID is not present as an element, you can use experts. And if expert is not present on the interface, you can use name or class. So we are finding this ID which is provided at. So the ID we are looking for is email. So if you go on the application interface and inspect, you can see the ID is email. So all what you need to do is just click on the ID, copy out the ID, copy out the ID, and come to your script and paste the email and paste the ID. So the Selenium have already captured this email field, that is the username field, as ID, and you want to type in this username. So you do dot send keys. That means, assuming it's Cypress now, Cypress is very simple. You have to Cypress dot get that field, then type in this. Very simple, no headache. So, but this one says send keys. Then you open bracket and close bracket, then exclamation mark, then input your email address. That is the username. And same thing on the password. Good afternoon, sir. That is the MD.
Good afternoon, sir.
So same thing for the password field. This is not playing. Same thing for the password field. You do driver.find elements. So this driver.find element actually means that you are telling Eclipse that you should use this guy. Go to the interface, like go to the to the interface facebook.com. Then fetch this id, fetch by id, which is pass, like what we've done here manually. Come here, fetch this guy, get the element which is id by email, then paste, then pass in this key, the password. Then sometimes maybe to maybe internet issues, your internet is slow, and in the process, um, Selenium didn't capture this field, this element on time, and it fails your test. So that is why we add implicit wait or thread.sleep. Okay, wait for 5 seconds after capturing, after passing in this data, passing the email, passing the password. Okay, maybe you need to click on login button and the page is still loading. So this is why the reason why we're passing implicit wait or thread.sleep. So wait for 5 seconds. Okay, for this. Okay, let me just show you an example. You can see the page is loading. Okay, internet is fast, it's loading, and sometimes it might not capture this thing on time, so you might need to do implicit wait, to capture the element you want to capture. So then the next line says driver.find element by id, which is the the login button. And while you writing your script or your code, it helps a lot, to narrate each steps of script you're writing. As you can see here, this guy says to maximize the browser. So let me just teach you how to write script. So if you're saying okay, click on login button, click on login button. So this is a statement I want to pass. So I will just comment it out. So the reason why we do comment out is we don't want it to run. Like it's just a statement. So like if I don't want this test to run now, I can comment it out and say command slash double slash. Can say command slash. So it's already commented out. I say command slash. So it's already comment this statement out. So it will run when I try to run my test. So this click login is just a statement. As you can see, click on login button, write password, into password field, write email into email field to check actual URL is being displayed. So once you've done all that, you can come down here and say, okay, driver driver dot find element, driver dot find element, open bracket, by dot id, then no. uh, I cancel the no and say double hyphen login button. So let's imagine we want to inspect the login button. So we go to the UI and right click on the login button and inspect. So whenever you try to inspect any element, it shows it highlights the element you want to inspect. So as you can see, we have button ID. So the ID is u underscore o underscore v. And trust me, all these guys, they change time to time. They get to change time to time. So you might have to always, run your test all over again to see whatever is failing. So you come back to your code and just paste in the ID. Then what action do you want it to perform? Dot click. So dot click. So do you understand the line? So sometimes whenever you are writing your code, let me take out this guy. So you have to pay attention when writing your code. So if you look at this code I've written now, you can see it's highlighted this find element and highlighted this click. So possibly because I didn't have this function, okay, the function I want it to perform, which is click function. So I need to do open bracket and close bracket. So which is already fixed. Then this find element. So whenever you see this line of code highlighted, you over on it to check. So it says, okay, change to find element. Is that right? Yeah. So what different can you spot there in this code?
The close bracket and hyphen.
No,
The close bracket after by.
no.
I didn't
The
see.
hyphen and
Anybody
the comma.
online?
What did you say? What was the question?
You can see it's
Uh,
flagging.
Yes, yes, sir.
You can see it's flagging this find element. So what do you think is wrong with this line of code? If you
F is capital.
F is capital
Pardon?
and small f.
The F is capital letter. Or the dot is close to the F.
The F is capital
Yes,
letter.
yes.
So if you over on it now, Eclipse is already giving suggestion like, okay, something is wrong with this line. And what is wrong with it? He said change to find element. So it is small f.
Small F.
So you just click on it and it automatically updates your line of script. So once all that is done, you can just right click on your project here, right click on your project and click save. Then you can run your test by clicking on this guy here. So your test will start running. So it will open another browser in a new Windows and perform all these automated tests. So it's not clicking on the login button. So it's supposed to click on the login button and direct me to my dashboard.
It did.
Check login details. So it was you. Go on Windows. Come on Windows. I'm not using Windows.
20 seconds. So zero.
I'm not using Windows.
See a device.
Ah, these guys wants to hack my account too. I lie. That's how they used to hack accounts. If you go and retype password, they will hack your account straight up. So don't go and fall for it. So so next week we'll be performing more automation tests using Selenium. I mean on Thursday. So I hope you understand what we've done today. So and then while you running your tests, so if you have any test failed, it will show on your console here to check. Why is it up here?
It's because you pressed it. You
It's
pressed
supposed to
something.
be down here.
Okay.
Um, okay. Yeah. So you can always check here for for your console log if you have any error, while running your test. So that is how to run automation on Eclipse using Selenium. So what next? So next class you'll be learning how to use using test engine framework. So test engine is a framework, like I explained. It is used to generate reports in a proper format, including number of tests run and number of tests failed and total number of tests passed. Then also the testing frameworks can be easily be used to integrate, your tests using Maven, Jenkins, for CI/CD. So we'll be learning next week how to install test engine and how to set up a project using test engine too. And we'll be running our first test. We'll be running our first test using test engine in the next class on Thursday. Then we will also learn how to export our report using XML file. Um, and okay, engage yourself in social activities and other learning guides, references. So that will be end of. We will finish Selenium next week by grace of God. Then we'll pick up another automation tools, which is Cypress.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Can you share this documentation?
Yes, it's shared. Is part of the training slide.
Yes, sir. Please share this because the one that I have that contain only 135 slides and
It's
these
shared
slides are not
already.
included.
It's in PDF file.
Oh, all
It's
right.
shared already. It's
Okay.
in PDF file. The training manual.
Okay.
Yes. So have you pasted? Have you pasted the code? Let me see. Have you run the test?
Hello,
Why have
sir.
you not run the test?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Please, can we get the video for today's class? Record
Can you get what?
the recording for today's class.
Oh, sorry, no recording. There's no recording.
Excuse me. So we are not being able to actively participate, but please have looked at something. I just wanted to ask if you are doing after you have installed Selenium and Java, uh, when you want to create a project, you go to where it is easy to create a Java project. Am I clear?
Okay, so we'll consult the others.
need this other this one password. Once you are doing this situation, and do that. I try formatting your system. Things. That's go bad, right? If you cannot find that.
So once you paste in the code, you can see it's already highlighting some errors. So if you hover on this guy, say import by. So you click on import. It already import all the. So this unit.
If they conduct the headers,
So
let me hear from one or two headers. It's in the device is and
over on this guy.
but last year I was still trying to get all these things. Because all these things, you know, last year I used to because even last year I had this thing. Now,
Import. So I think your code is error free now.
I tried to find it.
So
I went to
just right
it's something
click
attention because I want
and
to check.
save
I want to look at it's the same X.
on
And from the
test.
information I have from them, they said that
Yes.
if if my mark is if the eclipse is kind of universal, look at this system will support it. This system will not just not tell anything.
So since the driver does not exist, driver does not exist. Page.
I want to use Rosetta on this system. Yes. We are not going to only involves and above and can use Rosetta. This is the direct medial system. So we are not using it to not yeah. But they said that according to what was like what I was information, we try to check those the information you got and said you should use Rosetta is talking about if your man got an there is something they said about the application. It was about the application.
Oh,
Let me try to get it. Let me try to get it.
ah, and come down here now. There's a console log. So Java does not exist. I'm not using my own file directory. Copy your own. Yeah, just saying Java not. Just gonna copy everything. So copy file directory. So, No wonder. Yeah. So save again.
Okay.
So I want us to try for sign up. So it's starting the remote com browser now.
So they learn to know this is
Okay. Voila.
your connection.
See what they said about this. See what they said about this. Push, push of your hands. I'm not saying that. Select it. Select it.
Where is the connection? This is what you're trying to say. Where's the connection?
You are using Chrome 95.
It's 94. So I do 94.
Not even
Okay.
94.
Yeah. Okay.
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 So you pass Jebode. Okay.
So when are you coming back? She will bring Gary for us.
It's a lot of fish. Fish.
Fried fish.
There's different type of
Position
fish.
that refused to work. Oh, like, when I came, I was not fix it.
Okay.
Well, so, I was
You
able
know
to
the
do
steps
it.
now.
And but if I follow the steps from that, like,
Yeah.
it will still give me the same
Yeah,
result.
sure. So right from here.
I was able to get to
So configure the Selenium, create a package, create a class, then import those JL file and
if I have any issues, I'll wait.
yeah.
Drink fish.
So yeah, isn't that fun? So you go and delete the old com.
So we do it from the beginning again.
No, just delete this file and just come down. Who will buy me lunch like this one? Eh? My students are not taking care of me. Eh? I cannot say olùkọ́ ni ilẹ̀ máa jẹ.
Olùkọ́ni àbí olùkọ́ni.
Eh? See, Emmanuel is not even doing as if he can hear us.
Emma. We don't.
When they call
No, we don't need to.
it for the still back up. Back up. Or how about having problem outside as well? Some people have not installed everything that has to be inside of I see that you can because this thing came to my mind someday. You delete everything that science and
Post.
everything. All you so that was the same time. We used to see and it's good for you mobile and last because it's quite possible what the sun is with that all those things now. All of you say you are and you can so but you do that and yeah, sure that obviously make sure that it is all and how sometimes this YouTube sometimes teaching all this type of it's a man. I don't find myself so like I usually find people using videos